Hey, welcome back to the RV Solar channel. And today, what we're working on doesn't even fit in the frame, as you can see here. We're working on a big Class A 48 volt system, 2 multi-pluses from Victron, and big batteries, all that stuff. I'm gonna explain all about it, but would you believe that this is an Airstream? I didn't even know they made them this big, but they do, or they did. And helping us out today, we've got Zuki, Shop Dog from across the street, but he hangs out here quite a bit. And we've got Shop Dog Bear. Hello, Mr. Bear. Oh, no, down, boy. They get a little excited when camera comes out. And we've also got, helping us out, we got Dave over here.
Hello.
He is working on some teardown, and maybe we'll talk about that here real quick. This pallet right here is going in there, and it has to do with what Dave's taken out. That is, the battery cells for what we're going to be putting together. This is where the batteries used to be. They had these 6-volt batteries in here. Hey, boys. They just play and wrestle all day. Yeah, that's all they do. So there's 4 of those batteries here. So we're taking that out, and we're hoping to put. You need a hand there?
I'm just still trying to figure out how to get the best to work. I got a piece that's stuck here. So.
Okay.
Yeah, just let it go.
All right. Just trying to give a hand rather than.
Sorry for the noise here.
Nah, you're all good. Oh, there it goes. You need a hand pushing it?
I'm good, dude.
All right, pull her out. Or does it even fit? All right. So now we've got all this room for activities. What kind of activities? What kind indeed? This kind. Some of you have seen these online. We've used 3 of them so far. This is the Apexium 48 volt 280 amp hour battery, and I think we're going to try and fit eventually 3 of them in there. Due to all of you crazy folks out there who purchased these batteries, pretty much all of the United States stock, I was only able to get 2 after all the Black Friday and holiday sales. So we got 2 here now. 1 is coming. So this is going to be a long-term project we're going to be working on. If you haven't subscribed already, or liked, or made yourself a note and wrote it down to check us out in the future, we're going to be working on this one for a couple of videos. So you're going to want to follow along. Anyway, 48 volt battery. We're going to be starting with 2, hopefully adding to 3. What else we got here? Got everything laid out. 2 solar chargers. We're going to be putting a lot of solar up there. TBD on the exact layout, but we're thinking about using a racking system. That's what the customer would like to do. We're going to finalize that here later this week. But we do know we're doing 2 of these multi-plus 5,000 VA inverters. 2 of them, and we're doing it in split phase. Typically we do 2 inverters in parallel, but because these are so big, each inverter can almost handle the entire loads of the entire RV in and of itself. And why not? So we're gonna have to find room for those in there, but I think we're gonna be able to. We're doing a smart shunt, or not a smart shunt, VE CAN based shunt, the Lynx shunt here. Potentially up to 3 distributors, and Servo GX touchscreen, and a 48 volt to 12 volt step down charger. I do not believe we are doing alternator based charging on this, at least not yet, but who knows? Things may change. We're also going to be doing an AutoGen start controller. Let me show you inside a little bit about how we're going to be putting different things inside, and maybe some other things we're going to be doing as well. And maybe you just want to see, what does the inside of a Class A Airstream look like? You might be surprised. Do forgive the lack of light in here, because Dave just took out the 12 volt system, so we don't have 12 volt lights for the time being. But no problem. At least in my mind. Customer has some other things we're going to be doing. Customer gave us some fans to put in, so we're going to be doing that. But check out the design in here. I know we're just using my flashlight on my phone for lighting, but they still do the classic Airstream aluminum on here. I mean, I feel like that's pretty timeless, but love the build quality in here. All nice cabinets and stuff. We're hoping to put the 7-inch touchscreen probably here because we're not going to be using that anymore. The Hydro Hot's still going to stay in place. This guy here, we'll have to see. And then we also want to maintain the generator start-stop functionality. So that's going to be fun. We're going to have to figure all that out. Got our main distribution panel back here. We don't really have room to get the slides out, but we're going to have to be running some connections there. Oh, and we might also be replacing the air conditioners here because, as you can tell, these have seen better days. This is about a 2006, mid-early 2000s vintage. But I think we're going to be replacing those because one of the goals of this project is to run the air conditioner off-grid. He wants to come in, but no dogs in the customer stuff. You're just going to have to wait, bud. Maybe you want a treat? Let's get these boys some treats, huh? Does Bear want a treat? Dave, maybe we're gonna get some treats later.
Yeah,
who knows?
I love a treat.
Yeah, we're gonna get a treat. But for right now, let's get the boys some treats. Ooh. All right, let's go outside for our treats, boys. Come on. Nope. All right, boys. All right, sit. Oh, good boy, sit. These boys need these treats. They're hard workers. That's right. All right, boys. Oh, what do we have here?
Potbelly.
Oh, that looks like good treats for us.
You got two doggos.
Oh, doggos don't get those kind of treats. These are Dave and I treats.
Sit sound.
All right, after Dave and I had our treats, he got to work here, measuring up some carpet to finish off this space here because we want to be able to push the batteries back and they're not really going to be able to slide on here, and we want to make sure that it always stays accessible so that we can maintain it or whatever, because these batteries are going to be very heavy on this grippy surface here. I don't think we're going to be able to maneuver them very easily. We will be able to clamp them down, so don't worry about that. They will be secure. So that's what we're going to do there. And I think both of the inverters are one's going to go here and one's going to go over here, I think. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. All right, we're back at it. After Dave and I's treats that we had, believe it or not, that was yesterday. It's a full day later. And Dave's been hard at work on here, doing all the, we'll call it upholstery. Looks great. And got some boards cut for mounting the multi-pluses. One here, one here. Just doing a lot of prep work. It takes time, especially to do it right. We'll go over here and check in on Dave. He's doing some test fitting on some of the links. All right, we're back at it. After Dave and I's treats that we had, believe it or not, that was yesterday. It's a full day later. And Dave's been hard at work on here, doing all the, we'll call it upholstery. Looks great. And got some boards cut for mounting the multi-pluses. One here, one here. Just doing a lot of prep work. It takes time, especially to do it right. We'll go over here and check in on Dave. He's doing some test fitting on some of the links. I don't like to complain because we're so blessed to have this shop to work in, but with a rig of this size, it's a little cramped at times. All right, so Dave's playing around with we're doing 2 links on this one because we got so many devices that we're connecting and there is a lot of amps flowing around. And on these bigger systems, I do like to do the links shunt. So we're using one of those. And I think it's going to take up a big portion of that board in the back there. And then we'll probably end up running a lot of the cables up at the top. We'll mount them upside down like almost always. Up over the top to the multi-pluses and maybe some chargers over here. other stuff like that. So we'll see. Oh, another tip on that, on the Lynx shunt there, you can put that on either end of the Lynx chain. You just might have to switch around the, there's the sense wires there. So we can switch those around if you want to put it on the other side of it. So we'll just have to figure out which one it is.
This is pretty sweet. It's one gigantic bus bar now. All 3 in 1. It's kind of cool. And that's the best connection I could ever imagine.
Yeah, for sure. You just keep stacking them up there. I've seen installations where it's like 4 or 5 of those.
Wow.
Usually they're industrial type ones, but
Sure.
if you want to keep your internal resistance down and all that stuff, that's the best way to go. And the work continues here. We are still hard at it here. You can tell we got some inverters going on here. We've just been doing some test fitting to see what will fit where. You can see this is how we're planning on mounting the inverters. We're going to use that bracket and support it on the bottom with some angle aluminum because it doesn't support all that great here, and we did add some extra screws here to make sure that stays good and healthy. Maybe we'll put another one up there just to make sure. And then these are, well, this is what it's holding it to the back wall here. And mounting these horizontally is always a little bit tricky. I recommend, like we got here, just putting some angle aluminum ears on there. It just helps support it because this is great for a hanging load when the load is this way, but not this way. And oh, on these 5000s, check this out. 5000 multipluses, all screw down terminals, none of those push-ins like on the 3000s. Love that. But the real reason I brought you down here was about how we're gonna run the AC lines for this, and I'll show you the wiring diagram here in a minute. And what you might be able to see, I don't know if I can, but there's actually a raceway back behind this frame rail here. I could show you probably a little bit better if I crawled underneath there, but that's how I first discovered it. But I put the camera in here, and you can see this, the top cover of the raceway is in the upper right-hand corner of your screen there. And this camera is actually inside the raceway. And it looks like there's plenty of room to run 3 6-4 lines. And that's what we're going to have to do. We have to run 3 because we're doing a buddy plug. And that's a lot of fun. So I think that's what we're going to do there. We're going to find a way to enter into the raceway here for both of them and then go back there, back behind the wheels, and then we'll have to go into a like a plastic conduit and run that into the electrical bay on the other side. But at the same time, what I'm doing is I'm running the HDMI cable. So I'm going to show you the challenges I'm running to there. The HDMI cable, remember, is for the Servo display screen, which is super fun. So here we are inside, and we took out this Magnum controller here, and we get a hole left here. So I've got HDMI cable, and I'm running a 12-volt line because I don't know for sure that I want to pull off of something else that's in here. We're doing the 12-volt line because we have to do a step down from 12 volts to 5 volts for the USB power that the screen needs. And I don't run a USB extension because with the larger screens, it's just not as reliable, and it tends to burn out the servo if you do that. But I got it run up here. And then what's been tricky so far is that's where it goes into the cabinet there. And it looks like it goes here down into maybe some sort of chaseway here. Isn't this fun? Isn't this just a blast? Actually, it's a puzzle. See, that's why this is fun. It's a puzzle you have to figure out. So we're back here on the back side of the kitchen now. I'll see if I can take you in here. If I drop my phone, that's what I'm using to record, I'm not going to be able to get it out. But that's where all the cables come down from then, is on the back side of the kitchen here. Yeah, almost lost you there. But don't worry. See, it's a little tough to see now, but got you in there. So that's kind of what my challenge is now. I think I'm going to have to grab that endoscope that I got down below, and I think I'm going to have to fish that up there. Otherwise, I got to rip all this apart to be able to run that down. And sometimes with the camera, you can actually kind of drive it a little bit. All right, not going to lie here. This is where we earn our money here. This is where it comes down. This part, which I thought was going to be so easy, is very not. Very, very, very not. All right. As you can see, I got about every panel taken off. Took off a door. Was able to sneak behind a panel here. So the wiring for all this stuff comes up here, over here. I thought it just came straight down. No, 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 no. Does not do that. It goes in there. Now, why wouldn't you come straight down? I don't know. It seems plenty of room to me. Maybe there's something else there. But it comes down here. But to get into there, I had to have a little bit of a bravery test and pull this panel out, but it has no fasteners. I looked here and I was like, what is that? Turns out they're nail heads, so just had to put a pry bar on there and kind of hope that it was what I needed it to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I always respect all of our customers' projects, but I figured we'd probably end up putting some stainless steel fasteners in there like that. Or so it's a little bit easier to pull out the next time if somebody else has to go in there. But now I have to go down through here. Oh yeah, and I took this out, so now I got a little bit better access here. Oh, days. Put my knee on a screw. Everybody knows how that goes. And got a flashlight in there so I can kind of see where I need to go. But now I'm ready to take that out because I've got a. We could probably see. Oh boy, we're not done yet. Because the light you do see in there is from my endoscope. Woo! We are not out of the woods yet. But then, once we get out of there, then we're home free. I hope. Just when I thought this was going to be nearly impossible, I had a idea to, why don't I just open this cabinet and see what's down here? And it turns out there's complete access to that. And I've been trying to fish around here in the dark for, I don't know, probably the last 20 minutes. And I just got to get it right up there. That's the back side of that cabinet. And what I think I'm going to do is wait until my daughter Amelia gets home. And some of you longtime fans, viewers of the channel, she's helped out on the projects before. And this is one just for her, I think. She can pretty much climb in there and fish that cable right where we need it to go. So I am going to pause on this for a moment then. So I told you I'd share the wiring diagram here a little bit. And this is what we got going on here. Oh, actually, that says 24 volt. That should not. This is part of our new diagramming template that I've been working on. And this will be available on the website, I believe, or on the YouTube description maybe. We'll see where it ends up. But we'll zoom in here a little bit more. So you can see we've got the shore power and the buddy plug. Let's see if we can get a little better. There we go. We've got the buddy plug and the shore power. That all has to run to the where the transfer switch is. And also the AC in, while the output of the transfer switch, all of it, basically 3 lines need to run here, 3 AC lines. And then we're going to be using the AC out to feed the buddy plug, so they'll be programmable. But here's all the stuff on our diagrams we're going to be doing now. So, been another long day, and it's Friday, and we've got this about as far as we're going to get it this week. And I know plenty of projects we get done in a week, but this is, like Dave and I have been saying, this is a gardening project. What that means is we're not quite sure exactly how it's going to go, and that was planned. That was by design. And a customer came by, and we made some big decisions, and I want to share those with you and where we ended up. Okay, so down below here, you can see we kind of reworked the batteries a little bit. We still just got an inverter there for, I guess we're storing it. Anyway. We decided we're going to flip the batteries around and we're going to put all 3 right here. and we're going to face them that way. That's going to be a lot better. And then we got room for a third there. So that's a big decision we made there. Solar, I think we're going to be coming down right through there. And we are going to be doing unistrut racking on there. Or not unistrut, unirack racking up there with 250 watt panels. And again, if nobody knows what those are, those look like this. We might be using these feet, we might not. All TBD. We're gardening. We're still gardening. All right. In here. Dave ended up doing a lot of work in here. You can kind of see how this is coming together. Got our main breaker put in. And got some raceway in. Got 2 solar chargers ready to go. Typically, we like to do all this on our workbench, but it's just not working out this way. So, I don't know. What are we going to call this? Maybe we're going to call this the upper deck, right? We've done batteries where we call it stadium seating before. We're calling this the upper deck. I think it's going to look pretty sweet. Got the Lynx power in. Batteries are going to feed into there. And you can see the fronts of the batteries there. All the Lynx covers are there. We're going to have a 48 volt to 12 volt step down charger. We'll probably also have a small 12 volt lithium battery here, probably from Epic. That'll end up there. And then again, that other battery is going to be sitting there. So this is pretty much as far as we've been able to take it. Oh, yeah, we got a breaker situation there for the solars anyway. And yeah, we did a little bus bar here to connect all of our old 12 volt stuff together. So that'll still work once we get, once we fire things up. And right now the generator won't start or the slides won't operate unless the engine was running, of course. But yeah, that's this is where we're at. We were not able to get many of the AC lines run. Now, the things we haven't done yet, have not run the main AC lines. Typically, we would have had that done by now, but a lot of things came up. In particular, today, both of my older boys, their cars broke down this afternoon, so I was dealing with that with them, and I didn't get a bunch of other stuff I wanted to get done. But if you want to see how that turns out, you want to see how the screen turned out inside, you want to see how this electrical bay turns out with the upper deck, definitely subscribe. Leave a comment down below. This is pretty unique where you might have a chance to make this project better. If you've got some ideas, definitely share them down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Even if you can't impact the video, love to hear your thoughts. If you got questions, all that sort of stuff, we'd love to hear from you. You can also check out our website, sotasolar.com, spelled like that with an R at the end. It's weird the way things are spelled these days. Maybe Solarly. Maybe that's a company name. I don't know. All right. Until next time, we'll see you later.